Hello there, I just thought I'd pull together a short video about calibrating a RacerMate CompuTrainer cycle trainer. You can see here there's quite a bit of confusion about this, and there's certainly some misleading information on in some sources that I've looked at. So this is how I go about it, and to produce really consistent power data from one of these devices. Important first thing is, you can see I'm using a home trainer tyre. That's an indoor trainer tyre. This is by Continental. There are various manufacturers available. Important, they're better than a road tyre for this sort of thing. They last longer, you don't get so much tyre slip. The other thing is this needs to be cleaned with something like isopropyl alcohol fairly regularly, just to stop the buildup of grease and dirt on here, which can cause tyre slip. And then also the tyre pressure, you need to have this inflated to about 110 psi, again to avoid tyre slip. You'll see on the edge of the flywheel here I've got a little felt tip pen mark. That's just, I'll show you to make it easy to judge when your tyre is just in contact with the drum when you do your sort of starting setup. So what I do is I just spin the wheel. This is the resistance knob here. I just spin the wheel and then turn that until this little mark just moves. It's just moved there. That tells me that the tyre is just brushing that there. There's no pressure on it. If I hold that still, I can still turn that, but it is just touching it. And that gives me my starting point for my initial calibration. So from there, what I want to do is get about the right pressure on there, and I know from experience that to do that I need to turn this knob about one full turn, so 4 quarter turns. So starting there, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about the right sort of starting pressure before you do your warm-up and everything. So that's that done. If I hold that now and pull that, it's tight, so that's absolutely fine. Oops, a little ringing noise. So that's that end of it done. So we'll now go up to the business end of things, which is the handlebar controller. So here we have the CompuTrainer handlebar controller you'll be familiar with. The most important buttons in this part of this little explanation: the F3 button, that's the number that we use to save the calibration once we've run it. So if you don't save the number, then your calibration won't be set properly. You can see at the moment the 0.00 here, that's the pounds of press-on force it's currently stating, but that's because we've saved nothing. So it's saying 0 at the moment. 2 here is the default value, which you'll see when the CompuTrainer has just been turned on, and the U on the left here indicates that the CompuTrainer is presently uncalibrated. So if we just ride away on that, then the numbers that we will show will be meaningless because the device hasn't been calibrated. So I'm now going to get on and we'll run our initial calibration. Okay, I'm now on the trainer, so I've got the default values there, and it's already in calibration mode because it's just been switched on, so it's ready to be calibrated. So what I'm going to do now is start pedaling. You'll see the speed change, and you'll see a display appear that says up, and that is telling me to pedal faster until I reach 25 miles an hour, at which point I have to stop. So as soon as the up disappears, when I reach 25 miles an hour, then I have to stop pedaling. So I'm starting to pedal now. Then you see the speed going up, and it says up in the bottom right hand corner, telling me to keep going faster and faster, and as soon as I hit 25 that will disappear and I then stop pedaling. There we are, I've stopped. It's now calibrating it, it's measuring the press-on force, rolling resistance. You can see at the moment it's saying there is 2.26 pounds of press-on force. So what I have to do now is press F3 to save that number. You'll see the bottom value change. There we are. So we've now said the current press-on force is 2.26 pounds, and we can start to warm up the tyre, warm up the drum, and that will then be resaved when we recalibrate, and we'll show you that procedure now. So as things stand, we've done our initial calibration. So off we go, and I'm going to go into Ergo Trainer mode. So I'm going to press F2. I'm now in Ergo mode. You see in the top right hand corner, I'm going to be riding at 50 watts, and I'm going to ride, change a couple of gears. So I'm riding at 50 watts, 17 miles an hour. What I want to do is increase that load somewhat so that I start to put some heat into the load generator and the tyre, so that I can show you how things change when things have been warmed up for a bit. So I'm using the plus key. You can see the top right hand number, that's the wattage increasing. I'll just take it up to about 120, something like that. And I'm just going to ride at that for a minute or two, so I'll be back shortly. I've now been riding along just for a minute or two to demonstrate this. It's 140 watts at the moment. So I'm now going to go back into calibration mode and recalibrate it and save that new number. You would normally ride for at least 5 minutes before doing this to allow things to warm up properly. So this is just a demo. And what I tend to do is then calibrate again after about 10 minutes, one final time. There's very rarely any change at all between 5 and 10 minutes. It's just my habit. 5 minutes is generally sufficient. So I'm going to go into calibration mode now by pressing the plus and minus keys simultaneously. And here we go. So it's telling me to speed up. We're in calibration mode. Speed up to 25 miles an hour and then stop pedaling. Now, spins down again. And what we see now is that the resistance is now 1.83. It was previously 2.26. So the press-on force has gone down as a result of the tyre heating up, and I now have to save that new number. That's very important. So I've now got 1.83 in there. I can go back into Ergo mode and away I go again. And that new press-on force is now being used in the calculations which determine the power values. So it's really important that this is done every time you use the CompuTrainer. So we now know that that 145 is in fact 145 because it's based on an accurate rolling resistance figure. The recommendation from RacerMate is that the press-on force is around 2 pounds. You can use it if you're not going to be doing a lot of climbing or very high wattages. You can certainly use the CompuTrainer. It's perfectly accurate down to maybe 1.75 pounds. That's probably about as low as I'd go. If you're going to do a lot of high wattage stuff, then you really need to be at least 2 or possibly 2.25 or even 2.5, but I don't use it any higher than that. So that's a quick run through on how to how to calibrate your CompuTrainer properly. So there's a fully calibrated and therefore accurate CompuTrainer running away. Remember these main points. Use an indoor trainer tyre. and make sure you clean it regularly to avoid slippage. Inflate up to about 110 psi and try and keep that consistent. Remember that the calibration has got to be done before every use, not just occasionally, and aim for a press-on force of around 2 pounds, but this isn't critical because the software takes whatever number you say, but 2 pounds is a good number to head for. And above all, when you've done the calibration, remember that all important F3 button press, because if you don't do that, your calibration has been a waste of time because you haven't actually saved the number at all. So, happy cycling. I hope that's been of some help.